Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for 2022. This is your love reading for 2022. And we're going to just jump right in here, Virgo, after I shuffle this one more time because I feel like it needs it. But there we go. We're going to take a look at your love life in general for 2022 in your first row here. In your second row, we're going to look at any details about the person that you could be attracting. In your third row, we're going to look at how either a new person or your current person, if you're with a person, we're going to look at how they feel about you. And in your last row, we're going to look at how you can have the best possible outcome for love in your life. Of course, I say that, tarot doesn't control your life. So your last row is all about how you can take control and make it the best year for love, if that's what you want, right? Again, this deck is not, for some reason, all of a sudden, it's like not cooperating with you. But, and hopefully that isn't a sign, but the cards really want to come out too. You have like 3 double cards here. Very interesting, very passionate energy as well showing up. So, and you end with marriage there, Virgo. So what do you know? This is your reading. I'm going to actually kind of spread this out real quick because it's all messed up. But let's see what we have going on for you. In your current general, or in your love energy in general, whatever, I'm at a loss for words today, but in your love life for 2022, you have this Mountain Dew girl. I don't know, this card cracks me up for whatever reason. Maybe you're attracting a person who likes Mountain Dew or something like that. I kind of feel like you're attracting, number one, I am getting water here, so you could be attracting a water sign. Let's see what the next card is as well. What do you know? You have this Sea Witch card as well. So you could be attracting a little mermaid, merman, whatever you want to call it here. So definitely I feel water vibes on these 2 cards. I feel like you could just be attracting a water sign. Could be any sign, general reading, but I feel kind of like more intuitive vibes here. I feel like you could be attracting someone who's more intuitive. So for your love life in general, you have the Justice card, the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. I mean, clearly, this to me looks like walking away energy. I feel like what you're walking towards or looking for is fairness, balance, justice. And this is what you're looking for. It's also interesting to me that you have the Justice card here and the High Priestess here. Both cards have pillars. You have these 2 pillars behind the Justice person here. The pillars on the Justice card, they are gray, and they're meant to represent like a neutral, the Justice lady, man, whatever person, they look at things in from a neutral point of view. They don't make a decision. They believe in true justice. They weigh the options. They see both sides before they make a decision. And so I kind of feel that energy, like a more neutral energy here is what I'm trying to say. But I also feel that that energy is changing with the High Priestess, because you have the B and the J, the dark and the light, can represent a lot of different things. But to me, the High Priestess, she's sitting more in the middle, which is, again, a neutral position. But I kind of feel like you're seeing like these sides here in some sort of situation. You have the 8 of Cups here. So I do feel like you're walking away from things that no longer serve you, which is great. Part of me feels that some of you are answering some sort of calling. I would actually say if you're answering a calling or something that you feel like is your purpose, Justice card right here, I would say that if you're like moving, starting a career, doing something, whatever, we all have a different purpose, but whatever you feel like your purpose is, if you're moving towards that, I feel like that could be bringing love into your life. But walking away, 4 Cups, a lot of past disappointments here, and the 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer shores. No reason to overcomplicate this row. I feel like you're just moving on from things that no longer serve you. I feel like there's like a lot of stories that I'm getting here. It's like 4 Cups. Some of you could have been in situations where either you or your person thought the grass was greener on the other side and it wasn't. But again, I feel like you're kind of like looking for a clean slate. So I don't want to dwell on this energy. I feel like it's past energy. I feel like it's something that you have moved past, and I feel like sometimes the best way we can move past energy is to not focus on it. So let's see where this is going, and let's not focus on whatever this is. It's not like you're ignoring it. I feel like you've healed through it, so that's why it doesn't matter. Death. Going through the transformation. The sun is coming up on the Death card between the 2 pillars that are on the moon, right here. So again, I feel like you're heading towards the sun. 8 of Cups literally is, by the way, I'm shooting this on the 19th, which is the day of the lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse that we're having, and full moon lunar eclipse right there on the 8 of Cups. So I feel for a lot of you, you're undergoing a change, transformation, and the Death card is all about seeing the light in the dark. There's this white rose here on his flag on the Death card, and it kind of represents the light in the dark, or seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, whatever you want to call it. I like this. This to me is screaming improvements for you as far as love is concerned. With the 8 of Cups, you have the Star card here. Definitely healing. I feel like you've gone through a healing. I would say that 2021 was probably depending on when you're watching it, was or is, if you're watching this in 2021, a healing process. I feel like you have gone through a healing process here. This could be literal. You could be literally healing, or you could have healed from something here. I feel like you're seeing the big picture. There's an ibis back here on this card, the bird, the ibis, and it kind of represents seeing the big picture. It's standing in a tree, and so it can kind of it sees everything, and it sees everything that is happening around it. It kind of sees the big picture. It sees what's coming, what's going. I feel like this is how you are in love. Very intuitive. With the 6 of Swords and the 4 of Cups, you have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you just took some time to make yourself, heal yourself. 9 of Pentacles, she's perfectly independent. She's able to take care of herself. She's coming from a place of abundance as well. So this is a good thing. I feel like if you've healed yourself this year, 2021, it's going to benefit you in 2022. Again, interesting, because this row was supposed to be all about, kind of like your love life in 2022. And it's really talking about the past. I feel like it is about your love life in 2022 because it's talking about the change that you have made, which is probably going to be helping you find love next year. Next, in the area about the details of the person that could be coming in for you if you're looking for love. If you're already dealing with a person, this could be some details about them. You have this Close Encounters card. For some of you, I literally feel like you have dreamed about a person or have had more of those spiritual connection type things before meeting a person. You could be with that person right now, where maybe you kind of dreamed of them before they entered into your life. You could have met under very kind of surprising circumstances or in a spiritual way, is what I'm getting on this Close Encounters card. For others, I feel like you're meeting that type of person where you just feel like you've known them for your whole entire life. So that's what I feel like this Close Encounters card is saying to me. I feel like one of you is more spiritually open than the other. I'm not sure if it's you or them that's more spiritually open, or it's kind of more connected, whatever whatever you want to call it, right? I don't like giving things saying, oh, this person's more connected than the other. To me, it doesn't matter, right? I don't think we're supposed to be all that spiritual anyway, which is funny because I read tarot, but, I think that we are here to have a human experience. We get so much time on the other side that it's not even funny. So it's we are spirit here on earth to have a human experience. We're not necessarily here to have a spiritual experience, but rant over, what I would say here is I feel like someone here is very connected. And we see that here. You have the High Priestess, the Judgment card, and the Knight of Wands here. I feel like I feel like it's this person is also very connected. And it's like I said, I feel like it's kind of confusing because I feel like you're both very connected, but it's but I think you can be connected and maybe a little bit more closed off to it. Right? And I kind of get that for some person here. And so again, if you're attracting this person into your life, maybe they're helping you open up or you're helping them open up. You have the High Priestess, the Judgment card, and the Knight of Wands. So very intuitive energy off of this High Priestess card here. I feel like you're attracting someone very intuitive. The High Priestess is about seeing the beginning, the middle, and the end. So it's someone who can see everything before it happens. And I do feel like you could be attracting a person like that. I also feel like you could be attracting a person who really listens to their own inner guidance. This angel up here is meant to represent your higher self. And these people are standing in these coffins here, which is interesting. They're not really, they need to step out of those coffins. They need to step into their new life. Part of me feels like that is a message for you in love this year. You need to kind of step out of the old and step into the new. But I also feel it could be saying, again, someone in this situation that's coming in for you, Virgo, I feel like saying coming in for you. Some of you could already be with this person, but, for a lot of you, I feel like this is a new person. It's someone here, it's almost like someone is the catalyst, if that makes sense. It's you're the, it's if you've ever baked a cake and if you don't put baking powder in the cake, it doesn't rise, right? So that's what's popping into my head is cake right now. I just said to Cancer, I'm like doing this whole fast thing. So I've been fasting. I'm hungry. So whenever I'm hungry, I talk about food. But what I would say here is that I feel like you are someone here is like the baking powder to this person's cake. It's like this is causing something to rise here. I hope that makes sense. And that's how it's weird, but that's how I'm seeing this situation. You have the Knight of Wands here as well. I feel that you could be dealing with a person who's kind of like a little bit more mysterious. I get like this mystery vibe off of this card. I feel like that you're dealing with a person who is maybe a little bit more spontaneous as well. Someone who wants to be spontaneous. That could be, I kind of am, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I see this as a little bit of a challenge because I feel like this is a person who, from your point of view, maybe lives a little bit more in chaos, right? But I actually think it would be a good person for you. I feel like they're just adventurous, and I feel like they just live a different life, and it's not something that can't be, overcome. It's not something to be overcome either. I feel like this person is just a little bit adventurous, right? And that's it. And I also feel like they maybe do some things that you wouldn't do, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. With the High Priestess, you have the King of Pentacles here. Here's the difference right here. It's like King of Pentacles is operating from a plan. High Priestess is operating by the seat of their pants, right? Type of energy. And that's what I get here. It's like you, or take it how it resonates, you or them. It's like someone in this situation likes to operate with a very solid plan. It's like this person that's coming in or that you're with, it's like either you or them, I feel operates more intuitively, operates more instinctively, is willing to put in the work with the Knight of Wands, is willing to take bigger risks as well. Could feel a little off balance. That's why I'm pointing this out to you here. But I think over time that this person will prove to you that their way is like the right way. With the Judgment card, you have the Queen of Cups here. So I feel like there's a lot of love here. I feel like you're attracting a very kind, caring, nurturing person. Clearly someone who's very intuitive as well. With the Queen of Cups, I feel like they intuitively will understand things about you as well. It's like, kind of gives me, remember what I said, it's almost like you've known this person, but it kind of gives me the vibes of also like a person where you don't even need to tell them things. It's almost like, I wouldn't call them a mind reader, but, kind of is what I would say. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. I think this is the type of person that'll just be like, F it, let's get married. It's like, maybe you jokingly say, hey, I'm going to marry you. And they'll be like, okay, let's get married. I feel like this is a very spontaneous person, like I said. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. But this person definitely enjoys their freedom. I feel like they are free. I feel like they want you to be free as well here. And again, this doesn't mean, I'm not getting Knight of Wands, inconsistent energy here, right? I'm getting Knight of Wands, spontaneous energy. I am getting Knight of Wands, someone who lives a very free life. I feel like they probably have a focus on freedom as well, so they could enjoy doing free things. But again, not a bad thing. We're not talking about someone who goes off and cheats, like that type of freedom. We're talking about maybe someone who goes off on a fishing trip to the middle of, or goes on a camping trip to the middle of the woods. It's like that type of person. Maybe they have their moments where they need some alone time. But again, I feel like that doesn't make them a bad person, right? I think there is a difference between those two things. And again, it's not like they don't want to be with you. I think they're just a kind of free-spirited person. Let's put it that way. Next, in the area of how they feel about you, doesn't matter if this is a new or a past person, you have this bad health card here. I really don't know how to take that. I think for some of you, again, clearly, I can't get away from it. I've said it to you before. I've picked up on health or healing for you for quite a long time, for the past few months, pretty much actually all of 2021. Some of you could be healing from something health-wise, something more chronic, something more longer term. And you could have been healing from this for 2021 or throughout 2021. They could just see that. I feel like maybe they want to take care of you or help you. I also get like this energy here. Like they're inside, it's kind of dingy and dark. And then there's that window, to the outside. We see a window right here as well. Four of Wands represents a portal. You can see, it almost looks like a window right in the middle here. And so I feel for a lot of you that there could be a person who kind of feels like you need to be brought into this more vibrant way of living, or, something like that. So you could be meeting a person who's trying to pull you out of this space. It doesn't mean that you're still in that place, but again, we're looking at how they feel about you. Next, you have the Five of Wands and the Magician wanting to pop out together. So I feel for some of you, this person, a lot of this attraction energy, which is interesting. Five of Wands tells me that this person is willing to take the risk. I'm not saying that you're a risk, but I feel like they're willing to take the risk of being in a relationship. Five of Wands is kind of like wanting to see how things go. If you're in a relationship with a person right now, I feel like you're dealing with a person who could be like trying to use their tools with the Magician. It's like they're willing to fix things. Especially, I do feel some of you, if you're in a relationship or if you're married with the Hierophant, which we're going to talk about in a minute, I feel like you are dealing with a person, maybe there were fights, arguments, but there's like a person who wants to fix things with the Magician energy, so you could be dealing with a person who legitimately want to fix things. Next, you have the Strength card and the Nine of Cups. This is like a wish, dream come true. The Strength card kind of represents something that a person has been waiting for, so I feel like for a lot of you, this person could feel that they've been like waiting for you for a very long period of time. I do feel that if you're attracting a person this year, they want you to be open with the Queen of Swords here. Again, not a criticism, but I would just say open up. Maybe they want more communication. Maybe they want to know more about you and things like that as well. So, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I would say I would open up if I were you here in this situation. I would talk more to this person. I feel like they want you to be open, basically, and that's what I would say here. I'd say especially, like, if you're attracting a person, Five Wands, Magician, if you're attracting a person into your life, and if you are sensing a little bit of resistance, it's like, call it out, talk about it, right? And say like, hey, why are you being resistant? Maybe like, hey, I feel you don't really talk to me about X, Y, and Z, and then maybe you could talk about it, problem solved, right? With the Magician here and the Five of Wands, you have the Magician. Are you kidding me? There is a huge energy of attracting a person into your life this year. So if you've ever wanted to use the law of attraction to attract a person, I'd say this is clearly the year. Pretty much everybody I've read for so far has like this major energy of like really using your powers of manifestation. So I would do that. With the Nine of Cups here, you have the Six of Swords here as well. Nine of Cups and the Strength card. Six of Swords moving on to calmer shores. So kind of like an energy of healing. I feel like this person, remember we have this Close Encounters card here at the top. I feel like this person feels like they're being guided to you. This person in the back of the Six of Swords represents a guide, or somewhat like a spirit guide. So I feel there's a person who feels guided towards you here, Virgo. And with the Queen of Swords, you have the Chariot, victory. I feel like this person feels victorious about being with you. They feel like it's a victory. They feel like it's the right thing to do. A lot of mystery in this reading. I don't know. I'm not calling you out here, Virgo, but I'm wondering if you're the one that's being mysterious here in this situation. Maybe you're not opening up or revealing things on a very deep level. So I do feel like a person sees you as a mystery. Not always a good thing is what I would say to you. I don't think we should be spilling everything out on the first date, but I would make sure that you're being open here. Although at the same time, again, Chariot, I feel like this will be a victory. At the end here on how you can have the best possible outcome, you have the potential card. Love it. I love this card. And again, I'm doing this row because tarot doesn't control your life. You do. So you can take action here with this last row and get whatever you want. Potential, there's a mountain on the card. It's like mountains have to be climbed, right? You have to put in the work, of course. But when you get to the top of the mountain, that's where you get the best views, right? At the top of a mountain. So I would put the work in. To me, this is saying there could be a person that's coming in for you, but it is going to require some work. It is going to require some effort. But if it is clearly worth the effort here. I always tell people as well, people always, come at me and say, like, oh, I'm sick and tired of putting in the work. I'm like, well, then, okay, number one, nobody's going to want to be with you if you're sick and tired of putting in the work, because it's like, if they're also putting in the work, then why would they want to be with you in the first place, right? But number two, you have the Justice card here. Justice says, you put in a little bit of work. You start climbing the mountain. They put in a little bit of work. You keep climbing the mountain. It's like, as long as there's that equal give and take, like a tennis match, you're just, hitting the ball to their side, they hit it to your side, nice and gentle, then things will be great. The problems start where you're like just hitting balls to their side, or vice versa, right? They're hitting balls on your side and you're not hitting them back. So as long as there's this good equal give and take, keep climbing the mountain. You have the Ace of Wands. Let's see. You have the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and the Hierophant here. This could be marriage, clearly, with the Hierophant. It could be also a Aries, could be any sign, general reading. But I feel like it's someone very stable, definitely an action taker. Like I said, I feel like we kind of talked about this over here with the Knight of Wands energy. I feel like this person is kind of more of that builder energy. And what I mean by that is I feel like they want to like build things. They could literally be a builder. They could literally have hobbies that where they are building things, or they could just like to start things, right? Builder people, they like to build things up and kind of like release them to the world. Sometimes I think they show up as the Knight of Wands because it can be like a little bit inconsistent as far as energy is concerned. On the extreme end of the scale, it's like if you've ever seen someone on TV who's like a serial entrepreneur, like some of those guys come off as a little crazy, guys and girls, I should say. They come off as a little bit scattered, right? Because it's like they like to build something up and then they like to jump to the next idea. They're like on to the next thing. And I kind of get that energy for this person. I'm not saying they're a serial entrepreneur, but they could be. They could also, it's like, I think they kind of maybe jump from topic to topic to topic. It's like they jump around a lot. And I think they just have a very active mind. And that's kind of like what's popping into my head here. Not a bad thing. I would say, because again, it's like, it's kind of like, what do they call it? Nutty professor syndrome, right? It's like sometimes those nutty professor types, the people who are like that seem all over the place, are actually extremely successful. Or sometimes they invent something like super glue or whatever, and they like become a billionaire, right? So, not necessarily a bad thing is what I would say. I feel like you need to kind of do more things that you enjoy doing. Ace of Wands, a card of passions. Again, could be a very passionate relationship coming in for you. Definitely a positive new beginning with Ace of Wands. But I feel like it's also a card of creation. Again, Ace of Wands is kind of like that glimmer of hope. It is like the spark. Ace of Wands is my favorite card in the deck because to me, sometimes it's just that like one thing we need to get started. It's like maybe it doesn't carry us through. Maybe the energy doesn't push us all the way to the end, but it is that like one thing we need to get started. And I kind of feel that for you here. I'm seeing this as a spark, maybe between you and another person that's coming into your life. The Emperor, for whatever reason, I feel like the Emperor is saying be flexible. The Emperor is kind of like a card of having a plan. He has a plan. He sticks to the plan, but he needs to see the plan all the way through to the end. So I would stick to the plan here. And you have the Hierophant, definitely could lead to marriage for sure. I feel like the Hierophant is talking about your education, what you have learned in past relationships. He has 3 levels to his crown here, and it kind of represents the fact that maybe you have lost relationships in the past and all this other stuff, but it's like you're just going through the levels of his crown. You're just learning, and now you're getting to the last level where you are going to graduate. We started with pillars. We end with these 2 pillars behind him. To see what's on the other side, it's like you have to get into another relationship or something like that. You have to have another experience, right? Just like that potential card says, you have to climb the mountain. It's like, yes, there's a mountain to climb, but it's like, what are you going to do? Just sit around? With the Ace of Wands, you have the 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty, marriage, happiness, children. Even if you can't have children, just happiness, love, whatever you're looking for. Love, amazing. This outcome is dope, is what I'm going to say to you. With the Emperor, you have the Queen of Wands. Definitely could be like divine counterparts. You have the King of Wands. Did you have the King of Wands? Am I making that up in my head? I thought you had the King of Wands somewhere. Where was this? Was he down here? I don't know. Whatever. You have the Knight of Wands. Maybe you don't have the King of Wands, but definitely very attractive at this time. So I feel like you could be attracting a person into your life. And with the Hierophant, you have the Nine of Cups. Wishes, wish fulfillment, contentment, happiness, good things coming in for you here. Love it. I feel like if you're attracting this more, scattered person, I think they're scattered from your perspective. I don't think they are actually scattered. I think it's just how they live their life successfully. I'll tell you what, it'll never be boring here, Virgo. I think it'll be very entertaining, a lot of fun. So I would definitely encourage it. I would say, looking at your reading, I think that the best thing you could do this year is to just like have that release where you just let go of control, where you just allow things to happen. And that's going to be very, very good for you. Obviously, pay attention. It's like there should be equal give and take. Like I said, I think when we don't pay attention to those things, that's where we get caught up. But at the same time, I would get out there and have a good time. Looks really good as far as love is concerned. Could end in marriage. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your year.